Yeah,
I get flipped around. June and July fuck me up. March and May fuck me up.
What?
It's just because they start with the same letter.
It's
March and May
12
have
things.
a month
it's
between
12
them.
things.
Yes,
to
it's
remember.
not hard.
Yeah, I remember where they come in the sequence. It's just hard to pick them out of the sequence.
That's all the numbers are, is the sequence.
Yeah. Oh, my brain can't handle that statement.
Are you serious?
You're listening to the Makey Words Podcast.
You're finding out 10 years late. What do you think about that? It's the business model. It's the business model. And we just looked at each other.
Hello, everyone.
Heyo.
Hey, how's it going?
That looks fucking nuts there, Case.
Oh, wow. I didn't even notice.
The flame.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Having your own
introductory
seance.
Hello.
Hey,
Right.
do you guys know how I can get the video working on my phone? Because it says safe driving mode.
Nick's here. No idea, man.
Oh, my God.
Driving mode sounds like it's for your
safety. You can
safety.
just be a voice. We got a great thing going on now with four cameras. You can just be a voice if you're worried.
Oh, yeah. It's probably like a road safety thing.
Yeah, they know you're on that scooter, man.
What if we could all wear like Oculus headsets and then just the stream, each of our windows was just our eyes? Do you think they could do that?
What?
I don't know why.
Wait,
want that,
just our eyes?
Like the Iron Man view of
Yes, but just of this much. Well,
but we realized, last week was our first stream back in a while, and we didn't even talk about the tour at all.
Yeah, we really didn't.
I think we were maybe just too excited to be back on a Zoom call together, but
yeah, that's the word I would use to describe our general tone last week was excited. So what would be the best way to start in going over it? Like, should we each talk about a favorite show, or should one of us detail the entire tour from start to finish? Maybe Solicito.
I'm
The
into
whole
that.
tour from start to finish.
Yeah,
from your eyes.
Full rundown, day to day. Because obviously you remember where we played, what day we played there, what days we had off.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what the first show was. Was that Portland?
It sure was.
Yeah.
And the fact that you don't really remember is actually insulting to me.
I remember the
It's
venue.
fucked up.
The venue seemed like it was like an old high school or something like that in Portland.
was.
So
It
you
was,
must
right?
have only been in the one room, though, I think.
No, I
Wait,
walked around the whole place.
wasn't it,
There were like classrooms and stuff,
Wasn't
right?
it an old school that we then were playing in the auditorium of? No?
Yeah, I thought so.
If it is, I didn't know that.
I
That seems
swear
like a
you're the one
very
who told me
glorious
backstage.
auditorium. Then if I did, I had also forgotten. Yeah, there
Well,
were
I could be
lockers, though,
wrong,
now
though.
that I'm thinking about it.
They had the old band outfit, the high school band outfit on top of the stage, if anybody saw
No
it.
shit.
They
All
were
right.
in mannequins.
I know we started it. It was actually really great because it was the first day of tour, and we didn't really have to go fucking anywhere, and we got great coffee in the venue, pretty much.
Oh,
know,
yeah,
like-
that's right. And I
Yeah.
got a great sandwich in the venue.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that
think I
spot
got a
downstairs.
sandwich. Yeah, that's a great way for me personally to start a tour. Is like little effort, get great coffee right off the bat. That's awesome.
Yeah.
One thing I remember about the first week of tour is I didn't have my laminate. I just never got one for the first week or so, and I didn't need
Can't
one.
be
That's
true.
not
Doesn't
true.
sound right at all.
That's not true.
Rob
Can't be true.
would
I
not
take
allow you
offense
to not have one.
To that, yeah, there's no fucking way that happened.
It absolutely is true because I
It
asked
definitely-
you. Within,
No,
okay.
sir.
Okay,
No,
Wait,
just
sir.
like
hold
I'm
on.
not 5'9".
Can I suggest? Is it possible that Rob put your laminate like on your things or something like that, and you grabbed your things without grabbing your laminate? Like, I just don't think it's possible that Rob would give everyone laminates who don't even ask for them, and then be like, "Nick will figure it out."
Latest.
Well, I'm not saying he
latest,
purposely did it.
latest you had it the second day.
It's absolutely not true. because I
I'll
had
say I lost mine the third day.
No fucking chance.
Went to Rob and
No way.
said, "Hey, you're gonna hate me for this." Asked him for a new laminate, and he's like, "I got a bag full of them. This is fine."
Mm-hmm.
And then I will say, when I unloaded my suitcase at home, it was at the bottom of my suitcase, so now I have 2 laminates.
Nice.
Cool,
2 laminates, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I remember Rob telling me distinctly on the first day, I gave everyone laminates. I gave Solicito a laminate. And I was like, you sure you gave Solicito a laminate? And he was like, I absolutely gave Solicito a laminate. And then I remember seeing you later, Solicito, and you said, I didn't get a laminate from Rob. He's a fucking liar. And I was like, you shouldn't say that about Rob. He's a really good guy. And you said, we'll see about that. So maybe you guys can talk about that.
That's especially weird because you came straight up to me and said, check out my laminate. And I said, I know, they look great. I gave that to you.
I remember. And Justin was filming that. I was just looking at that clip.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, yeah,
Continue.
I guess I have plenty of motivation to lie about this. So
You
yeah.
certainly
Let's
do.
switch narrators now.
checks.
Let's switch
Yeah.
narrators now. Okay. Stott's got into half of day one and lied. So let's
Well,
he's so bad. He's so bad.
at the high school filled with ghosts, I had a
maybe a spooky ghost took it.
well, yeah, I had
Could
a friend a high school friend come to the high school Portland ghost show, and the man looked like a ghost. So
The friend, you're saying?
yes,
So you've got a
friend.
ghost friend?
the friend from my high school that came to this high school to come watch us play that had
Is
the
he
ghosts.
a ghost or not?
Jury's out.
Okay. I don't love that, but I appreciate you not committing. You know what I mean? Like just being like, no, I don't want to call him a ghost.
No, I can't remember who said, but my buddy, they were like, kind of looks like a ghost. And now I'm thinking
that was me.
That's a crazy criticism
you?
of someone.
That was me. Of course, that's the kind of criticism I would levy.
Hey, is that guy dead? Well,
Anyways, Sauce.
Mm.
Day
So what was the
Curious.
reason for bringing up that you didn't have a laminate for the first week? Just that it was crazy that you could do all the shows without having to show credentials?
Well, yeah, I feel like if I say anything, it's just going to be treated as a lie. So I don't
No. We're done. We're done.
let's
We're
all
done with
assume
that
you
part of it.
didn't have a laminate.
Yeah. Now we're
Okay.
assuming you didn't have one. So what was it? What was it like? Or what makes it noteworthy?
It's just that like I went pretty much a week without having a laminate, and nobody once asked me for credentials. And I was constantly just walking backstage. So
Well,
I
it kind of
really
feel
was
cool.
super
It does
relaxed.
help that you're
Buddy.
there for load in
Yes.
and
Well,
people who
Yep.
work the venue are seeing you throughout that whole process. And so
Sure.
Everybody knows
not-
there's the liability. There he goes.
Yeah.
There he
And
goes again.
And also, he needed to get into shit very early. Gonna remember
Well,
this,
yeah.
man.
But not everybody who works at the venue is there all day. So for a lot
True.
of the people, for a good part of the people, they didn't know who I was. And
I
sometimes
mean-
there was just nobody even watching the backstage access. There's just like nobody there. And I
Sure.
was it was kind of crazy. I had made reference to it a couple times, and I was like, "What is going on here?" Although I probably shouldn't be saying this honestly on stream, because now it just kind of gives anybody permission to just go and try it for themselves.
It's all right. We'll cut it. We'll cut it.
I
Yeah.
think anybody who
It's fine.
would do that regardless. You know,
Yeah,
I don't know if you telling that would push a good person over the edge to be like, you know what, I'm going to try and get into places I don't belong.
Right. Like anyone
Yeah.
brazen enough to just attempt it. It's like, well,
Yeah.
I could set my humility aside now. I could just go for it.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever gotten into a show, like a friend show or whatever, just by being like, here, hold this and walk behind me?
I'm
And, you know, like a tote or something?
I have literally gone backstage at the Cleveland House of Blues just by walking past security.
No shit.
Not pretending to show a thing, just pretending I be there. I'm the man that belongs in the back. I'm just gonna fucking walk past you.
that's how you do it.
Is that what you would have said if they asked who you are? I'm the man who belongs in the back.
I would have.
Right this way, sir. Oh, you're a back man.
Oh, I belong in the back, of course.
Oh, the backman's here.
I won't give my actual advice, but yeah, that's exactly what I would do.
Let's
I would
teach
do
our audience how to
a
break
bit of a
past
dance.
security right
I'd-
now.
I would do a little dance and go, I belong in the back, and here I go. I go to the back.
And they'd
And
start
they'd go-
singing with you because it's universally
Exactly.
recognized.
Everyone knows that song.
There you go. All right.
Everyone
Well, he
knows
sang
that
the
song.
song.
Yes. Of course. It's like Freebird, you know, just that's
Everyone
what you
knows
do.
it.
It's
Yep.
a lot like Freebird.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So day 2.
Oh God, please no.
Day off.
No. We're not going to do it this way. How about
Day
this?
2's a day off.
We
Or
could
a
start
favorite
there.
show?
Everyone's
I should
favorite show.
say-
Let's do favorite shows.
Favorite shows?
A favorite moment of tour, a sleeper show that I did not know was going to be as fun as it was the St. Paul, Minnesota show. I love that audience and the venue
yeah.
was
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
and then I also got to meet some cousins that were in their 30s and 40s that I'd never met from my from our dad's side.
Yeah.
So I guess the only things I'll say as far as high points, because or favorite show rather, because I don't really have one in particular. We had like 4 or 5 shows that were all the shows were fantastic, but there were a handful that were very memorable. But I think for me, some were more memorable because they were surprising. Like Austin, I did not at all expect, especially at that big of a venue.
Yeah, it was fucking rad, dude.
Yeah, that was an incredible time. But like Austin was great. Los Angeles made me like Los Angeles a little bit more, even though the part of town was a little difficult. Atlanta was tremendous. New York's always great. Like, I don't know. There were just so many very good shows. I think Austin was the most genuinely surprising to me. That was awesome. Also.
Okay.
Was it because you were
Okay.
on the other side of the stage? Is that why you had such a good
No,
show?
that was fun. I just think it was just for how big that, to even call it a room, because obviously it's outside. It was just, I
we
remember
all
coming
had the
in,
same thought, I think, coming in, which was like, this seems like a bit too big for us.
and when we heard the pre-sale number, we all went, "What? Like who?
Yeah.
Where the fuck were they last time?"
Yeah,
So yeah,
it's great. All of the shows had surprising turnouts,
for sure.
except San Francisco. That I kind of knew
Well,
we were
surprising
getting ourselves into
other direction.
in the other direction.
Yeah.
Los Angeles turnout was super surprising.
The
New
the
York
LA
turnout
show
was
was
super
incredible.
surprising.
Although you gotta say though, that San Francisco show, with how huge that room was, ended up looking fine.
Decent.
It looked
It
fine.
looked fine, but the whole time it was like, we could have done this in a smaller room.
Yeah.
For sure.
We should have done this in a
It
smaller
didn't
room.
look as sad as it could have. Like there were still people in the balconies, and it was awesome. It was roomy. People had elbow room.
Sure, everyone
But
was very
Yes,
comfortable.
They did.
Sorry, that show specifically, I remember because usually you guys freak out about that, and in my head, I'm like, it's probably gonna look fine. That one, I was like, this is gonna look like a hometown show when you play the big venue for the first time when you're a kid and you're so stoked. You're like, I'm playing the big place, and then it
But it's
doesn't look
still-
like the big place
It's
because
still the small
just-
room crowd. Yeah. I wish I could remember the actual words of the promoter, but even earlier that day, in asking him, like, "Oh, what's the current pre-sale?" He said it like it was something like, "It's a little light." Like I don't remember what it was, but it was something that just did not inspire confidence. You know what I mean? It was just like, cool, man. Yeah, I mean, it was already a big room, but cool. Glad you're upset about it too.
But we had a good day anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought
some
the
good
show was still
coffee.
great too.
Yeah.
I got a really good book that day. That was cool.
Nice. What book?
We're on a book kick this time.
Why don't I get it?
Mm-hmm.
It'd be cool to see it, I think.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna get it too.
Okay. Wait, what are you getting?
I'm gonna pee.
Apparently the same
Are
book.
we all getting books? I got books.
Is that what's going on?
I got a notebook. filled.
Um,
It's got things like this in it.
What the hell is that, Casey?
That
It's
looks-
one of the books that Glebe wrote.
That face is unreal.
Yeah. Well, it's real. It's on that book, so it has to be real. Carrie,
yeah, first edition Carrie, kind of cool.
what was your favorite show of that tour? Do you remember?
I have a favorite show in retrospect, and then I have a favorite show in the moment.
Okay.
But my favorite show in retrospect is weirdly enough the Halloween show.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hated that show, but
Yeah.
go on.
And that's my timidness in saying it is I know everyone.
No. It's about you, not about me. It's your favorite shows.
I think everyone had a weird time that night, and I certainly had a weird time as well. And I did not feel good about it for a while. But for whatever reason, that night sticks out as a positive. Like, I'm glad we did that. It was silly. It was dumb. But I'm
I am
really
glad.
glad that we did that. Rather than like do the cool guy thing of like, we're not even gonna fucking dress.
No, I love that we dressed up.
I
Like,
love that we
that's-
dressed
yeah.
up. I love that we did it. I know
that's
that
not the part at all that I have a problem with.
your throat was busted.
No, it's not even that. It just was the vibe was off. The vibe was off. that night. There were not enough people in costumes in the audience for our costumed performance to feel
That was a little weird.
joyous.
So
Every time
when
I look down to the audience, it's like, man, we look fucking crazy up here. Like,
But
it
those,
is
like-
Halloween, right? It's Halloween.
Those memories, as fucking soul crushing as they were in the moment, to me are the funniest. Like the most fun. They bring me joy in retrospect. In the moment, they were terrifying, and I was constantly worried that the thing was hiking up too high, and why didn't I wear pants under this?
Let him out. Let him breathe.
Oh God, and just so worried the whole time. And then for my only memory of that show to be like, not gracious, that's way too heavy of a word, but just like just happy that we did it. It's fun.
So what was your favorite show in the moment?
In the moment,
Yes.
it's weird.
I thought
I don't know why, but
oh man, I can't wait for this. It's gonna
North
be-
Carolina.
Oh, that was a great show.
that was a good one.
Yeah,
Cat's Cradle was
Cat's
great.
Cradle, but like I genuinely like that was one show. It's very rare, I'm sure, for any of us to walk off stage and be like, "Fucking good job, gang!" Like everything.
It's not that rare.
No,
I feel like that happened a ton on this tour.
Yeah, I would agree with Casey.
well,
on
Yeah,
that.
I feel like we
maybe-
got off stage a lot, and it was like fucking nice jobs. There's a few times where I definitely was like pretty negative, but it was specifically about please help me talk to the audience because I'm running out of things to say, which is breaking through the fourth wall right now. But it was like that was mostly about the state of my voice being in this constant deterioration and me getting in my head about it and being like, I don't think I should be talking much between songs. So I remember those moments coming off of stage, but I feel like that was like maybe 3 or 4 shows where I might have had that reaction at the end of the night. Like the shows where my voice was the worst. That's kind of what I came off thinking.
Yeah.
But as far as like how we played as a band,
I said that wrong.
okay.
Even most shows, even the best shows, I walk off thinking the band crushed it. I could have done this, this, and this.
You're saying you would come off stage in your head about a lot of the shows.
Yes, very
Okay.
much so.
Yeah.
And
Got
that
it.
was a show where I just walked off and I was like, fucking yeah, we did it. Like
And also, someone mentioned Chicago was awesome, which it really, really was.
most of
It
the
was.
shows
We
were awesome.
genuinely just had so many great shows on this tour. It's hard to single one out. I only have surprises. So I think this is a kind of a fun one. I know we're sort of already breaking into extra time here, but food or drink. guys, on this tour?
Best food or drink?
Food, drink. It could be cocktails, could be food, could be coffee, could be any consumables, basically. Anything standing out.
Rob, should you tell the story about where we went after the New York City show?
Oh, yeah. So
Yes.
when I had
I was-
walked away before, I was thinking about that. I was like, oh, yeah, shit, that happened. And I did also tell someone that story recently. But I guess the very brief background of this story, I've been a cocktail nerd for some time, as you all probably know, given the series of drinks that I've made on here. But so there's a bar called PDT, Please Don't Tell, in New York, and it's one of pretty dumb thing, and it's one of those bars that's like been sort of solidified in American cocktail culture as being just one of the important ones. Plenty of drinks that were kind of created there that people have riffed on. The vibe of the bar in and of itself is something that has been duplicated, but basically never been there, really wanted to go. We played New York City on a weekend, so in trying to go on a weekend, no matter where you are, obviously there's a bit of an obstacle, but figured after our show it was maybe late enough, wouldn't be a problem. So we go to PDT, which also is like meant to be a speakeasy. So you go into what I can only describe as a hot dog restaurant. That is what it's meant to be. It's called Criff Dogs. You go in, there's a phone booth, and the premise of this is you go into the phone booth, you pick up the phone, and then you talk to the hostess or host at PDT, tell them the reservation that you're trying to make, and then they sort it out, and you go through the false wall that is just through the phone booth. So we get there, it's late enough, it's a weekend, there's a line. So by the time I get to the phone booth, there's not even the like farce of the phone. Like it's just someone with the door open going, "What the fuck do you want?" And so I just, she's asking the reservation information. What's your name? What's your phone number? Et cetera, et cetera. So I give her this information and she goes, "You know what, man? I got a really good feeling about you. So like there's a table of 3 that's about to be leaving right now. We're going to get you sat. Otherwise, you would be 139th on this list." She literally showed me the iPad scroll, just going like, "Yeah, you'd be all the way down here. You're not going to be here tonight. But just, if you want to wait out there, I got you. Also, Steve Urkel is just hanging out over my right shoulder and I'm freaking out a little bit. And yeah, I'll just see you in a minute." And so like she tells me that and I look over her shoulder. I see him. I see Jaleel White there. And it's like, well, that's wild because at least of men of our age, I would imagine Family Matters is a thing that we all sort of grew up with. But so I give her a big hug and I'm just like, "Yo, we're just here for the night. I've never been here before. I was hoping that we could get in. Thank you so much for choosing us for one reason or the other." And I remember coming back to the guys and them being like, "What's going on? We just saw you hug a stranger and like, what's this all about?"
Yeah, I peeked
so,
around just in time to see you guys hugging, and it was like, I don't know if we do or don't have a table, Nick.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on.
So I kind of gave them the this much of the story as I've just told all of you. But yeah, so at the end of all that, we see also Jaleel White. He walks out past us, and we all kind of are like,
There he is. There he is.
Who?
Steve Urkel, man. Come
Don't
on.
do that. Don't do that.
He might
Don't-
not know. He's 10
He
years
knows.
younger than me.
That's
He
why I
was
said
Everybody
Steve
knows.
Urkel.
I
Yeah,
know
but he
Steve
was
Urkel.
2.
I don't know. Would you say Jaleel White?
It's the actor that
Oh.
plays Steve Urkel.
Oh, God. Jesus.
the actor
Jolo
that plays Steve
White.
Urkel, who
Yeah.
by the way, still looked exactly the same. He looks fucking amazing.
He does. He does.
yeah.
He did that.
But it was just a weird thing for her to point that out and for me to be like, "I just want to get into this bar."
Yeah.
Can we sit down though at the bar? So that was the whole thing, and then she let us in, and I was very pleased to be admitted to a bar that I have sought after for quite some time. I think we all had some great drinks there, even though we tried
Awesome
to push
drinks.
through very quickly. We had to leave pretty early that night, so we kind of got back to the bus after our bus driver was already there, but.
I just wonder if anybody who's watching lives in Australia, but I don't even know what time it is there, so probably not.
Oh, is that
But,
official?
That
I
is
think-
official.
I
Hell
think it's
yeah.
morning there because the friend that I have there from the Soundwave tour, he reaches out to me sometimes in the morning and we'll like do a Facebook Messenger like
It's
FaceTime.
almost 1 p.m. there, dude.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah, and it's like
12:40.
and it's the evening in the morning. So I think our evenings, is in
Wait,
their daytime.
they're also a half hour ahead of us? That's crazy.
What?
They're a half hour ahead of us in Adelaide right now.
No, surely it's 12 and a half hours ahead of us.
According to Apple. No, sure. Yeah. I'm not saying just a half hour. I'm saying an additional half hour.
How do you get
Like,
a
it's
half
not
hour
just
at it?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
like it's not just an hour.
So
time
so
change.
listen,
They're
if
also
fucking,
a half hour.
if
That's
daylight
wild.
savings time is a fucking proprietary American thing, then what stops anyone else from like anywhere
but
in the world
also
being
here
like
I've got
half
Abu
hour for me?
Dhabi. Abu Dhabi's chilling with the rest of us. Adelaide, they're a half
well,
hour.
Adelaide is past Abu Dhabi, isn't it? If you're going,
But I'm
east?
just saying, you're talking about the rest of the world.
Yeah,
Abu Dhabi.
you have not
They do
disproved
what
what
they
I'm
want.
saying.
They do what they want. It's
I'm saying
Australia.
someone between Abu Dhabi and Adelaide has said it's a half hour for me. Thank you.
Right.
Or an hour and a half.
I was just noticing and thinking out loud that it's interesting.
Okay.
What
I don't
were you
have a
gonna say?
problem
I don't
with
have
it.
any more
I
answers
don't
than
have
you
a
do.
problem with it. I don't
I'm
have a
just
question.
saying. I'm just saying all of time is made up, so it doesn't fucking matter.
This
you
is
know what
true.
I mean? Like,
This is true. Yeah.
That is true, yeah.
Sorry, Case. I derailed you.
Oh, I don't care. I don't give a shit about any of this, man.
All right. But why was it pertinent that we knew what time it was over there?
because we were talking about a
Didn't-
thing that
Didn't
none
you
of them.
ask if it was official?
Yeah. But
So
it was
don't
before
you
you
know
had
exactly why it's pertinent? If you
Yeah.
asked if something
No,
was
I think he's
official,
trying to lead you into making the statement rather than him doing it himself.
too bad. I'm over it now. I told you guys I don't care about any of it.
All right. Well, I don't know any details of this, but I'll go off of an email I got recently, I suppose. We're gonna be what, 1 of 3 or 2 of 3?
2 of 3, man. What are you thinking? These shows aren't that big.
All right, we're gonna be 2 of 3 in Australia and New Zealand.
No, in
All
New
I've
Zealand
got-
we're going to be headlining.
Oh,
We're going to be one of one.
Holy
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know
From,
what the bill is. That was the joke.
what is
What?
5? Is that March or is 5 June?
So
What?
May
5
30th,
May.
Thank you.
May
There you go.
30th, 31st,
Cinco de Mayo.
and June 1st,
That's why I was looking
We're
for the
playing-
handoff.
we're playing with Closure in Moscow. In
Yep.
Australia.
In Australia, it's where they're from.
Wait, what is
I'm-
5? Is it March?
Yeah, it's May.
May.
God damn it.
Okay,
How do you
May.
not
Cinco de
know the
Mayo.
months?
God damn it.
I know them if I count them in order, but I don't. I didn't
Really?
feel it.
You have to count you have to go January, February, March, April, May.
Yes, every time.
That's true?
Wow.
No, you don't.
Wow.
You don't. You don't.
Yeah, I don't believe
Yeah.
that. There's no fucking way that's true.
For the first half of the year, I do. The second
Really?
half, I got it down.
Oh, once it
Yeah.
gets to the burrs, it's all confusing.
Once it gets to August, I'm good.
The birds.
Yeah, that's
I get
monthly.
flipped around. June and July fuck me up. March and May fuck me up.
What?
It's just because
Yeah.
they start with the same letter.
It's
March and May
12
have
things.
a month
It's 12
between them.
things.
Yes,
To
it's not
remember.
hard.
Yeah. I remember where they come in the sequence. It's just hard to pick them out of the sequence.
That's all the numbers are. Is the sequence?
Oh,
Yeah.
my brain
What?
can't handle that statement.
What is? Are you serious?
No. All right,
Yeah,
we
a
gotta
little
talk
bit.
about this. We gotta talk about this off stream.
I feel. I'm furious.
Wait, it doesn't
make
fuck any of
fucking
you guys
sense to
up.
me.
It
No,
never
this
fucks
is
you up when they're like,
crazy.
Never.
No?
Never.
Wow,
Never.
crazy.
This is just the same as being like, oh,
Dude.
it's 7. Is that the one? Is it like before 3 or after 6?
Yo, that's why I have a 24-hour clock, is because AM PM fucks me up.
That is a different issue altogether, Max. I do the same thing. But
Why do you do it? Because that's why I do it.
I can't do it. It's
Why
just,
do you do it?
What do you mean AM PM fucks you up? You were only dealing with 12 numbers twice.
I know, but it's when they reset that I don't like.
At 12.
that you don't like?
Right, but when do you know?
I'd put the change somewhere else. I'd go
When do
15,
you know what?
1.
They flip it, right? Because you go 1 to
Flip
11.
it?
You go
No.
1 to 11 with
You go
one
No, you
AM
go
PM,
0
right?
to 12. You go
Right.
0 to 24, actually.
That's why I like the 24-hour clock. But
What do you
with
mean they flip it?
They flip it because you go 1 a.m. to 11 a.m. Then you go to
No.
12 p.m.
Yeah,
And
because
then
it's
you go to
technically
12
the
a.m.
afternoon, which is then technically the morning. This
Yeah,
is not that crazy.
Max, it's
I don't like
12 a.m. to 12
I
p.m.
just don't like it. It doesn't work for me.
Well, that's
All
fine.
right.
I mean, that's nothing anyone can argue, but it is irrational. It is
We got to
irrational.
move on. We got to move on from this.
Yeah. This is highly frustrating and upsetting.
Volatile.
I'm upset.
You're saying?
Guys,
I don't know.
I just realized something. This
What?
is the last weekly stream we'll do with me in my 30s. I feel
Peace out,
crushed
30s.
by this impending birthday, by the way.
Well, don't
Really?
worry, it gets worse.
Do you really?
Look what happened to you, Nick. Look what happened to
Me?
both Nicks.
What
Do
do
you
you
remember
mean?
your 30s?
No.
It was so much better for both of you.
No, they're gone.
Yeah.
I think
Don't
they're
remember it.
peaking.
Unwieldy.
You think they're peaking?
Yeah,
I've
dude.
heard-
Maybe in
the
that
memories.
way that's like distortion. You know, maybe they're peaking like that. Maybe it's a hard clip though. You know.
Oh, it's hard.
I told Sauce on this run.
I'm just playing. I am only worried about aging in that I feel like it's going to be harder and harder for me to like get healthy. But I'm mostly just ready for the end.
Yeah.
The hard stuff is only the pain that comes with everything. But in terms of like your discipline or your whatever, that's completely independent of the constant pain.
Well, yeah, we could wrap up so that you can get home, and I can I'll let you guys know one mistake I made. After trimming my beard during this conversation, I lit the hair trimmings on fire, and it's just
The smell is no
worst.
bueno.
The worst smell there is.
Oh, I love it,
Yeah.
dude. I love burnt hair.
That's
Ugh.
No.
crazy. It's that tooth.
Yeah.
It's that tooth, Max.
No, you
Got it.
love the smell of burnt
Nope.
hair.
No
It
one
smells
does.
like
It's that tooth.
He
It
loves it.
smells like
It's like
I have
wet dog mixed with
Yeah.
like
Burning.
lighting a match, like the sulfur.
Ooh, I don't get any
Yeah.
sulfur from
Eggs?
burnt hair.
it smells like eggs and dog.
Yeah.
Dog
Yeah.
and bad eggs also.
Yeah.
Not fresh eggs. They don't smell like sulfur.
That's a
Rotten
bad
eggs
egg.
and dog
Wah,
is that
wah.
that's the candle Max needs.
Max, this is very concerning. I thought that burnt hair was like universally recognized as a terrible smell.
That's basically how I
It's-
felt too.
It's bad up front.
Like primally
bad up front.
recognized as problematic.
Like
Yeah, it's like
When
one of those smells that accesses a part of your evolution that's
Right.
like, this is a bad thing.
Someone
Go
I know
away
is
from
on
this.
fire.
yeah.
If you
when
smell burnt hair, it's
when you get
something
the
bad is
first-
happening.
when you get the first quaff.
The rest of the wafts are the same as the first one, though.
No,
It's the
they're
same
not
smell.
though. They're not. It gets like sweet and like
You're saying
sick.
you get
Oh,
used to
man.
it. You start
Dude,
to
I
smell the
gotta go.
flesh.
Making my
I gotta
mouth
go.
water. It's making my mouth water.
Holy shit!
This is bad. This is
Max
bad.
is a witch.
You're on a list. I'm putting you on a list.
All right,
It's not my
boys.
fault. I have
I
a more
really hope you're about
advanced
to text
palate.
us when this is over, and you're gonna say I was just kidding, because that shit is crazy, Max. Burnt
This
hair.
Crazy.
tracks for me. Everyone have a good
Max.
life. All right.
Yeah, everyone have a good time.
We just looked at each other, horrified.
Makey words.
They know. My time has come. The algorithm knows. We have fun, okay? We have fun.